Alright everyone, we start off today with a poll actually on Twitter, link in the description, and if you haven't seen this and haven't participated, I do urge you to vote no on it. Over 14 million people have already voted. It's not looking good for Elon Musk's CEO-ship since he claims that he's going to abide by the results of the poll. We'll do a little bit of analysis of what I think is happening here, but first and foremost I will, of course, opine my opinion. I think Elon Musk has done a good job of leading Twitter out of the dark ages of uber-censorious bullshit. He's put pressure on the right groups that have been encouraging censorship on the internet, legacy media, Craptoids, etc. Has abided by and large by the will of the platform, which, you know, for better or for worse, at the very least makes more sense than having an oligarchic approach, as most sites do. I put full faith and credit in Elon Musk's particular Twitter leadership. It's not perfect. Alex Jones issue aside, BitChute links are still flummoxed when you try to DM them to people, although that simply hasn't been addressed yet. I think they're going through first for all the larger accounts that were banned to parse through and find out who shouldn't really be on the naughty list before Christmas. I think they're trying to rush that out first, and then they'll be tackling that side of the issues on site. So Gateway Pundit links and stuff like that, those are still throttled. Overall, I think he's done a good job. I would like to see him continue on as the de facto dictator of the platform. Give it a little bit longer, Elon. Go ahead and step down as head of Twitter, but first make sure that you reign over fixing all the problems, unless you have a hand-picked successor who will be under contract and you'll be advising them anyway. Don't become the second Jack Dorsey. That would be my plea. Now, let's analyze why he would be doing this. He put out this poll and said, should I step down as head of Twitter? And reiterated, I will abide by the results of this poll. Now, of course, it's going to get botted. It's going to get dogpiled by literally every leftist. The legacy media is, by the way, actually covering this particular news in real time. I wonder if they want all of their fans to go and vote yes. They do. I think this is Elon's plan all along. So he wants to own Twitter. He's not saying I'm going to divest myself of the platform. He's saying, should I stop being just the head honcho? So there'd be a council again, or a new Agrawal or something like that. Hopefully not the return of a trust and safety system like we saw with Yoel Roth and Vagina before. It's presumptive that he always had this in mind, though. Come in, radically restructure the company with great public plaudit and great public criticism, depending on what political side of the aisle they're on. Reform the site, lock things down, get people back on, generate a bunch of hype. That sets the basis for Twitter's growth in the next stage of his plan. And keep in mind, he's not just doing this because he's a free speech warrior, although he does seem to be less censorious than most people in big tech. That's to his credit. He wants to make money. Once you've come in and radically destroyed the old way and built up the new order, you're the Pinochet, then you step down as dictator and reinstitute a new system. He is sort of going full Chilean mode here. I think that was always the purpose. I think he will abide by the results of the poll. He'll probably say, okay, I'll step down effective on such and such a date. It probably won't be effective immediately. I'm looking through to find, someone who's going to lead the site, and they will rubber stamp effectively the same ethos and principles that Musk himself has put forward. Be interesting to see who ends up the new CEO, but he doesn't want to spend all of his time on restructuring Twitter. His goal was to come in like a flood for a month, maybe 2 months, do that immediately, purge the old guard, purge trust and safety, radically alter the TOS, which, he's gone beyond my expectations with regards to some elements of that. Have some fun, perturb a lot of people, get all the attention, suck the oxygen out of the room for every other site, load millions of new users onto it. Now, you're in a great position. You've made the site much less top-heavy, aka more efficient. You've proven that Twitter is capable of weathering having a skeleton crew in its offices. You've proven that you're capable of appeasing the majority of the platform, and you've lashed out at all the right people. You've done some casualties, some damage to people who helped to damage the site for so long. You've essentially told them to piss off. But now, the problem is that all the powers that be and a substantial minority of the platform doesn't like you. People are very easily fooled, though. You want to make money, but as long as you're the visible CEO, the visible head, the dictator of the company, the advertisers aren't, well, some of them won't come back. The legacy media will continue writing stink pieces. Part of the platform will feel that it's slipping into tyranny. So what you do is you find someone who's not Elon Musk to run the site. At least in name. Musk would be, behind the curtains, he would still have probably dictatorial authority. But you put someone else forth that's more palatable to the lame streamers, more palatable to the leftoids, so that they will ease off of their bitching. And now all of a sudden the site seems more tame. Now they don't even have to change anything. Elon Musk was already being targeted before he made any demonstrable change to the site. Likewise, the new face, the tolerable one as far as the left is concerned, won't even have to do anything. They're not going to reverse Elon Musk's decisions and say, well, we're going back to the way that things were under Yoel Roth and Agrawal because they were so popular and they were working so well. Yeah, they were losing stock price and hemorrhaging money then for a half a decade anyway, but trust me, it's all Musk's fault. We're going back to the bad old days. Doesn't even have to change anything. You keep letting people back on the platform that had been wrongfully banned. You continue to shift the TOS away from the latest levels of censorship, etc., etc., but you have a new face in charge. Most of the lemmings will be taken in by this foil. Oh, well, okay, Elon Musk is gone. They'll do a victory lap. They'll say, ha ha ha, we got rid of Elon Musk, lol, ha ha, the left wins again. Meanwhile, the platform will continue being less biased than it was before. I love it when Ted Lieu comes out with his gaslighting saying, look, legacy media reported last year, according to a report by Twitter itself, Twitter doesn't actually have a left-wing bias. I found that one very funny. Musk knows what he's doing. I wouldn't be surprised if he was botting his own poll to try to give himself an excuse to step down. Again, possibly not effective immediately, but effective at some indeterminate point in the future. This was his plan. His plan is to step down at least as the visible head of the website. But I'm voting no anyway and encourage you all to do so, at least to make it closer. Just for shits and giggles, number one. But number two, if he's going to abide by the results of the poll, it would be funny as fuck if he wants to step away, but he's not allowed to. He's forced to continue on in this very visible role. Even though it might not be helpful with advertisers, it's just too much fun not to at least lend my weight to the poll. Again, I ask all of you to do so as well. There's like 3 hours left in the poll, and the yeses have it by like over 1 million votes, so Clankdom has to do its little part. I want to see several tens of thousands of additional votes come from Clankdom over the next few hours. I think that we can do it, considering the viewership. So again, link in the description, and I'll even pin it at the top of top of the comment section if you happen to be watching on YouTube. That's about all. Peace out.